Hey, so I'm here to ask for help on something that I do, and I know folks out there in my network can help with this. Let me tee it up for you. So we're taking a look here at my screen, and I'm showing the calendar of events that is on my website. So if you go to supplychaney.com and then you click on events, then you see kind of this rundown of all these different events that are taking place. From an outside view, it may appear that this just magically happens. There's kind of like a lot of work that goes on in the background to make this calendar possible. And where I could use some help is just helping to make this more automated. And so what does that look like, right? So imagine I came across this conference here today that I don't have on my calendar and I want to add it. Well, what does that look like? It looks like going into the back end of my website here, which it is a WordPress site. And I use a plugin called the Events Calendar. And so we'd go click add new, and then I'm just going to kind of share what that process looks like, and we can time it here. So we're starting at the 2-minute mark on this recording. So let's see, we've got this, and this is going to be called Supply Chain. Oh, can I copy and paste that? No. Set featured image. All right, it's all done. And we're going to hit publish. Okay, it's looking all right. Boom, there you go. And there's the website for people to go learn more. So all in all, this I started at 2 minutes. It's at the 8-minute and 40-second mark. So this took over 6 minutes to create this one event. Over the past year and a half or so, there are 364 events that have been added to the Supply Chaney Events Calendar. So if you take, say on average, 6 to 7 minutes each times 360, how much of that time could be gotten back if all of this was somehow auto-magically done? So I want to invite my network to have a look at what I've had to do there manually and see if you've got a solution or some way to help me to use AI to take this really manual process that I just kind of showed right there and use the magic of AI to make this better. So today, if I was going to kind of document what the status quo is, it's monitor a list of websites, which I've got a few dozen of them, of different organizations and conference management companies, or just randomly be scrolling through LinkedIn or randomly get an email ping that says, hey, here's an event. And so there's these two different ways that I currently find events. What happens next? We go to the WordPress website on the back end and manually add all this stuff in. And it usually is in that 5 to 10 minutes mark. And as we just saw, it was exactly like 6 minutes and 45 seconds. And then after that process, we get to enjoy the calendar. And that's really what the current status quo is now. What I want to do is try to get to this state where automatically AI enabled, these sites that are kind of, if you want to say whitelisted or whatnot, are just automatically scraped. It grabs the information and creates the entry into the calendar, or maybe it goes out and finds just new events in general out there and kind of brings them in as potential options. But I would like a human in the loop component because I don't want to just grab everything. But I would also kind of like for an ability to just tell this AI bot, hey, here's a link for an event. Here's the URL for the registration page. Just please go get all the pertinent details from it. And then do the magic that you just kind of saw me do manually, and then hit publish and drop that into the calendar. And so that's really sort of like what I'm hoping to try to accomplish. And so this here is kind of a call for help to everyone in my network of, if you've got the skill set or you've got ideas of how to help make this an easier and better process on my side, let's start up a conversation. And the thing is, I'd like to do this in public so that folks can kind of see how AI and how the idea of implementing AI tools into your workflows can help make your operations more efficient. So let's go.